Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Nick Fury. So this is the newest addition to the game, newest addition to the skill class, and in this video we're going to be breaking him down, talking about his abilities, and getting some really cool gameplay, and how to really play him. I'm going to outline two main play styles that I've found with this character, and which one I really prefer, and show you a damage output difference between the two. But first, let's talk about him and his abilities. So just to start with, this is the content creator program video. So Kabam has given me temporary access to this character. I cannot use this character in any arena, alliance war, alliance quest. I can't use him to complete any content I otherwise couldn't or haven't. And yeah, this champion will be lifted from my account on Tuesday the 12th. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's talk about this character. So first thing I just want to say is his prestige as a 5-star at Sig 200 is 10,470. So nothing high tier shattering, but some really good prestige, pretty solid overall. But yeah, nothing too crazy. He's not going to be touching Thor Ragnarok anytime soon, but he's a good addition, prestige-wise. But yeah, let's break down his abilities. First, let's talk about his synergies real quick. So with himself, he has a 10% attack rating, and its boost is doubled if Nick's dead. He has some interesting synergies with kits. So basically, if you have one of the Deadpools, if Nick is alive, once per fight with a teammate and inflicted with a bleed, poison, or shock debuff, he will drop a restoration kit, purifying the debuff and regenerating 10% of their max health over 3 seconds. So this could be very interesting against like bleed, poison, shock nodes. If you bring, but the only thing is you're gonna have to bring Nick Fury and one of these Deadpools, and the champion that's not bleed or poison or shock immune. And yeah, you could do a bleed, poison, or shock node, which is very interesting. I like that. Now, the next one is Strategic Sabotage with Quake and Ant-Man. If Nick's alive, the first 3 unblocked hits from the opponent have 100% chance to be evaded. That's interesting, I guess. Maybe that could be useful at some point. With some Black Panthers, if Nick is alive with the fight, when the fight starts, to grant his teammate a buff, doubling their critical rating for 10 seconds. Not bad. Contingency plan, all champions, if Nick is alive, all Fury buffs have 20% increased duration, including his own. And that's with all the Captain Marvels, or any of them, Miss Marvels included. And last one, I think a lot of people are going to like this one. It's called Extreme Conditions Kit. And if Nick is alive, once per fight, when a teammate is inflicted with any cold snap, frostbite, or incinerate effect, he will drop an extreme condition kit, granting debuff immunity for 10 seconds. So, man, I know everyone is going to love this when there's a new Iceman type challenge. I remember back when we had the Ice Phoenix, everyone hated that. And if this was around back, if this synergy was around back then, I mean, people wouldn't have had a problem with it. So now, high tier Icemans, this should really solve that problem, which is nice. Talking about his actual abilities, so Nick Fury is extremely reliant. His character has to be awakened. I'd say he definitely needs it. The good thing is, any Sig level is fine. You just need the awakened ability. I believe the only difference between Sig 1 and Sig 99 is the amount of degen you take after you've been revived, basically. Not revived, but we'll talk about in a sec. So yeah, any Sig level is fine, he just needs that awakened ability. But how this works is called Life Model Decoy. I'm not going to read all that text, but basically, when Nick would die in a quest, he would gain 100% of his life, and he would gain a Fury, a crazy Fury. And he'd start degenning though to a 30% health threshold, but after that he won't degen anymore. And yeah, some crazy stuff he can do, because that Fury itself is called Fury's Fury. It's very powerful. And this is only on a 4-star champion. Remember, all this is only on a 4-star. I'd really like to see this character as a 5-star, as a 565. The next is just a bunch of his bleed abilities. So basically, how he gets bleeds is many ways. While the opponent is under regeneration buff, all Nick bleeds are 100% more potent. Or sorry, when they're not under a regeneration buff. So yeah, his regen is a little gimped, or sorry, his bleed is a little gimped against regen opponents. But most characters don't regen, so yeah. But basic attacks, a combo ending with a light attack, has a 100% chance to inflict a bleed. So this character is actually good to finish your combos on lights, which is weird because normally we don't do that. The next part is very important. Landing any medium attack, 100% chance to inflict a bleed. Now basically this is good if you need to stack up some bleeds, so you just go medium, a 2-hit combo, and boom, there's 2 bleed on the opponent, like that. Deep Wounds also really helps the light attack bleed. Deep Wounds is pretty essential if you want to play this character to the best of his abilities. Next up is landing a heavy attack. Has 100% chance to inflict up to 3 stacks of bleed. Now the heavy attack is really good because you just get multiple bleeds really fast. We'll talk about why you want to do that in just a second. When hitting into an auto block, Nick is stun immune, has 100% chance to inflict a bleed. So yeah, this is really nice. Just he's a completely counter to auto block. Knocking down an opponent purifies Nick's non-damaging debuffs, which is nice. But now, this is the important part, an internal bleed. So now what this does, if the opponent gets 8 stacks of bleed, their bleed effects are removed and replaced with a passive internal bleed effect, which deals 3,000 damage over 30 seconds. So this is insanely nice. Now, it's very easy to get on. You can throw in a heavy attack, that's 3 bleeds, a 2-hit combo, that's another 2 bleeds. You can throw some specials to get some bleeds. It's very easy to get these up, and they're very nice. They do some nice damage over time. Because you can see some of these bleeds look a little weak, but once you add them with the passive bleed, they start to hit pretty hard. So, and also with an internal bleed, active the opponent's bleed debuffs have an increased duration of 0.2 seconds per tactical charge, which is really nice. Again, for those light attack bleeds that do a lot of damage but only last 1 second. Now next up is his tactical advantage charges. So basically, how you gain these are by getting struck by the opponent or using the L1. You get 4 for an L1, and when you have a Fury's Fury, so after you've triggered the signature ability, it's any way you get them is doubled, so using an L1 will grant 8 tactical charges. That's pretty much in a nutshell how this works, and what you get for having these is above 5, Nick Fury cannot miss or be evaded. Above 10, Nick Fury's Purify, when he knocks down an opponent, now it does all debuffs from himself, which is really nice. So if you are fighting, let's say, an Abomination, you get poisons on you, you have to use a special or a heavy attack, and that'll purify your debuffs, which is very nice. At 15, Nick becomes unblockable. This is completely unblockable, basic attacks, special attacks, everything. You guys are going to see some cool stuff about that. And above 20, charges are all charges are removed and replaced with a Fury's Fury buff, which grants 2,000 attack rating for 10 seconds. All tactical charges gained are doubled while Fury's Fury is active. And like I said, though, all of them are doubled after you trigger the SIG ability because you get Fury's Fury from that. Yeah, once you're above 20, you can stack up 2, so you can get 2 Fury's Furies, and then you're hitting really hard. So yeah, like I said, the special one you gain 4 tactical charges, but when you have Fury's Fury up, it's 8. I also put a disorient debuff on the opponent, which isn't really too important. I don't really like those debuffs. The special 2, Nick slashes the opponent, causing up to 4 stacks of bleed, each dealing 287 damage over 8 seconds. These aren't anything crazy bleeds, but again, it's just how you want to throw the L2 to help get the passive bleeds, which are great. There's also a 50% chance to stun the opponent for 3 seconds. Stun chance is increased by a flat 10% for each of Nick's tactical charges. So if you have at least 5 charges, you have a 100% chance to stun the opponent on the L2, which is very nice. And the special 3, additional 2,000 attack if Fury's Fury is active, and another additional 2,000 attack if an internal bleed is active. So you can get a pretty hard hitting L3. So yeah, that's pretty much all the abilities. Now let's go get into the gameplay, which I'm sure a lot of you guys want to see. We're going to be fighting a Labyrinth of Legends Red Hulk. So we'll have class advantage, and we're really just going to see how much damage we can do between the 2 play styles. The first one, we're going to be just stacking up those tactical charges, getting those double Fury's Furies, trying to do the max damage possible, see how that works. And then we're going to do another try using, trying to stay unblockable as much as possible. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy those 2 fights. See you there. Alright, what is going on, guys? We're back, and it's time to get into some Nick Fury gameplay. So, I figured what better place to test this guy than Labyrinth of Legends. Usually I don't test the CCP program characters in here because of star, because usually it's it's always 4 stars, and usually for Labyrinth, you want to bring in 5 stars. But Nick Fury, you're the exception. So start the fight. I'm just gonna let him take me all the way down, let him kill me. Let the SIG ability trigger, and there we go. Now we activated the Fury from the SIG ability, and now we're going to be degenning to about 30% health, and once we get to 30%, we're going to just stay there. And so this first method of playing, like I said, there's 2 ways to really play Nick Fury that I've found personally. And so this first one here is trying to what I thought it was going to be was maximize my damage output, because with if you get to 20 tactical charges, it takes them all away, and you get a second Fury buff, the Fury's Fury, which is funny. So that's what I was trying to do, and basically the only way to build the tactical charges is, well, you can get hit, which we don't want to do because we're at below 30% health, very low on health to begin with. And the other way is to use the L1. You get supposed to be 4 charges, 4 tactical charges per L1, but actually once you have a Fury's Fury active, it's actually doubled, so you'll get 8 for an L1. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing, is just keep throwing the L1, spam the L1, keep stacking up the tactical charges, and we get cycle with Fury. So once you reach 20, like I said, you get another Fury's Fury, so we'll have 2 Fury's Furies, and we hit pretty hard. So that's what I thought was definitely the best way to go. First time reading through his abilities, try to keep the bleed stacked up as well. If you can always have a passive bleed, that's good. And you'll notice I'm trying to finish my combos on the light attacks actually, and I'm doing this because of the light attack bleed is much more potent than the medium bleed, but the medium bleeds are really quick and accessible to use. You can just do a 2-hit combo, 1 medium, 2 medium, and boom, that's 2 bleeds. So it's really easy if you need to get some quick bleeds to activate a passive bleed. Right here he tags me, I'm down to 3% health, but that's fine, man. That's what I like about Nick Fury, you know, you ride that low health bubble and you just play it out, you know. I think that's cool. But you also need to be very good at that, and it's also very sketchy, because especially in something like Alliance War, using a champion that's below 30% health is normally no one in any of the master brackets would do that, going to health with 30%, going to a fight with 30% health. But if you want Nick Fury's damage output, proper damage output, that's what you got to do, and that's where he gets really crazy damage output. Without pushing him, without triggering the SIG ability, his damage output is very lackluster. Nothing really too special going on. But with it, then he's a cool champ. Then he's a good bleed champ and everything, and gets some really crazy stuff. So right here, I'm above, I believe it's 15 tactical charges. So I had the unblockable phase, which was nice. Go ahead to get off another L1 much easier. And we're just chilling with that 3% health. And I'm like, yeah, we're doing some good damage. You'll notice we just got invaded. I'm pretty sure that Labyrinth invade, I don't think Nick Fury counters it, because he right now I don't have any tactical charges, but even when I've had above 5, he's been evading me. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I know Labyrinth evade is something special, but in Nick Fury's abilities it says flat out, above 5 charges the opponent, or Nick Fury's attacks cannot miss or be evaded, so he shouldn't be evading. But yeah, we timed out the full 4-star enrage timer there. We got 183 hits, which is quite a bit, and you'll see the damage we did. We took off over almost 600,000. We got him below 1 million, which is crazy. So keep this number in mind. It's 962,000. That's how much damage he was left with. So almost 600,000 damage. So some pretty good damage output, right? I was pretty impressed. That's pretty solid. This also is with class advantage and an opponent that can bleed, so keep that in mind. So went ahead and did this fight again, and this time I'm going to use the other playstyle. And you can see I am boosted right now. That's just the Mystic boost. I showed it at the start of the other fight just to show you guys that that's what that green outline is on my profile. Just because I had done Alliance War, I was using Sim Supreme, so that's a Mystic boost on, and that was the only one that was left. I have no anything increasing my attack or my my health. Only the synergy that I brought. There's a couple of attack modifiers in there, and power gain synergy for my synergies. So yeah, start this fight off, and once again I let him kill me, trigger the SIG ability, so we get the Fury's Fury, and we're going to start hitting like a truck and just utilizing this character's best of his abilities. So the plan here is we're going to use our L1s until we get above 15 tactical charges, and then we're not going to use any more L1s, we're not going to get any more tactical charges through any means, and we're just going to stay at that threshold because we're going to be unblockable. So right here at the end of this combo, we're going to be unblockable now with 19 charges. And I came up with a name for this. I'm going to call it the Unblock Fu. You know, like Kung Fu. This is the Unblock Fu. It's a style of playing where you're completely unblockable, and it's very fun. It is an extremely fun playstyle, but not like 99% of characters you can't play like this because they don't have unblockable abilities, especially like full attacks. You can see here we're just completely unblockable. Every single hit that we do at any time it's unblockable, which is just sick, man. When I was playing like this, it reminded me of Aegon a lot, which is really cool. And I really like this playstyle. As you can see, we're just completely, and right here he evaded us, so you'll see there we're above 5 charges, so he should not be able to evade. And he did, so there, that's the proof that he's doing it. It shouldn't be happening. I'm not sure what the deal is, if it's just it's Labyrinth, so it's allowed, which is just stupid. But yeah, so this playstyle, man, it's really fun. It's pretty much just hit him with your unblockable hits and use the L2 to keep a passive bleed active on the opponent, because the L2 triggers a lot of bleeds. It's really easy to keep the passive bleed stacks. Right here we've got 3 of them, and we're also stunning him with the L2. It's a guaranteed stun if you have, I believe it's, I'm not sure, if you have enough tactical charges, though I believe each one of them gives 10% chance to stun, so above 10 is 100% for sure. We're at 19, so we have over a 200% chance to stun him, so yeah, he's definitely getting stunned by that L2. And you can see, like, I don't have to parry, I don't have to intercept. I still throw some intercepts in there, but all I have to do is wait for him to be holding his block and go in, and I break right through it, which is just so sick, man. The Unblock Fu playstyle is a lot of fun, and it just is so much fun. You can throw your special, it's unblockable, it doesn't matter, and you can see our special is actually hitting pretty hard too, which is nice. We just got those passive bleeds going, which is just, that damage is just stacking up over time, and everything's just going great. Like, there's not a whole lot to worry about in the fight. Pretty much the only thing to worry about is just baiting specials from him. That's the only thing. Like, if Nick Fury had some sort of power control, oh my god, it'd be crazy. If his L2 was like Magic's L2, oh my god, it would be insane, man. You wouldn't have to worry about a thing. You can see right there, he's evading again, which is super annoying. I'm trying to bait the L1s just because they're easier and keep the fight going quicker. If he's throwing those L1s, you get a really nice rhythm going. But the L2 really pushes you back, and then you got to get back into the rhythm. That's a little annoying. But yeah, man, just so much fun. This playstyle is just, it's so much fun, dude. I love it. And you can see we're already over 180 hits into this fight. And right here, the second range time, we got a timeout once again. Go ahead and eat his L3 to the face, because he goes unstoppable, I believe it is, and he just gets a passive power game once those enrage timers expire. So yeah, we got 191 hits, pretty good. And let's take a look at the health before. Remember, it was at about 900,000 left. Now it's at 660,000 left. So on this one, we did 300,000 more damage, which is just crazy, and just a change up of the play style. I think the damage really also comes from the L2. Does a lot more than the L1 maybe, and it just, you can just, I don't even know, like, I think you also keep more passive bleeds on, maybe that's another contributing factor, but a very, very noticeable damage increase and difference playing with the Unblock Fu style over the doubling up on the Fury's Fury style. So yeah, I think that's definitely the best way to go. Just play that unblockable style, the Unblock Fu. You can also throw in some L3s for some damage too, if you want to go that route. The L3 has some decent damage when you have a Fury's Fury up, and also when you have a passive bleed on the opponent. I was trying to test the L3, and I was triggering a bleed on the opponent for about a 5k bleed. But there's nothing in his abilities about a bleed like that from the L3, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I went ahead and asked a ban, but I'm making this video at 4 in the morning, so I don't think anyone's going to be responding right now. So yeah, I'm not sure about that right now, but yeah, I really like just the L2 staying with the unblockable, because you can just keep those bleeds up, keep those passive bleeds, stack them up, and it's really fluid play style. And the L2 hits pretty hard as well. It does hit pretty hard. So yeah, that's going to do it for this content creator program on Nick Fury. Overall, I think he's a pretty cool character. He can counter evade outside of Labyrinth, auto block. He can counter any invisible type opponents like Ghost, Hood, Darkhawk, because he can't miss once he's above 5 charges. And just the unblockable aspect is really nice. But it does require a very precise playstyle of playing at a low health. And that can be risky in some aspects of gameplay, like Alliance War. But overall, it's a cool champ. Definitely some interesting utility. Yeah, I like him. Definitely a good addition to the skill class. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content to come. Peace.